customers has asked us to drop off some of their bedding ready for the new season. So we are heading down to the Haven, Presthaven, just outside Presthaven. And I thought whilst we are there, it would make sense to show you guys around, see what's changed for the year, see if you can spot your caravan, see where you might be staying. There's likely to be work being done whilst we're down there, because obviously it's like getting close to the season starting again. I'll see if I can sort this this picture out, because it looks a bit ski with. How's that? Ah, better. Right, there we go. That was easy sorted. So we've come from Presthaven way. You might notice the road signs have changed from 30 to 40. Why? We don't know, because this junction is a nightmare at the best of times through the peak season, but with everywhere else changing from like 30 to 20, it's a bit random of a move, but there you go, there's your first 20 sign there. Not that you'd really be flying down here anyway. And it may all have changed by the time you lot are due down. We're hoping so anyway, because it's a bloody nightmare. Because you haven't just got people actually doing the 20. For whatever reason, people are doing 15 in a 20. Before, the road we're on before is a 60 road, and people are doing 40. It's like, I don't know. People are frightened to death of getting a speed ticket, but then you'll get some that'll do 40 in a 60, and they get to 30 and they're doing like 35, 40. So it just literally makes no sense whatsoever. Right, so we are approaching the Haven. Likelihood they will ask what we're doing. Well, it looked like they remembered us. So security have just let us on. Just see, I don't know whether you noticed that actually, the camera angle, there's a lot of caravans to the side that are coming off. We may as well have a drive round each court, see what's going on. Sales vans there. And then I'll get this bedding dropped off. Right, the first one is Rudlin Court. Majority of people on here are owners, although they do let out. Not all of them, but there's quite a few that do. Comment below if you see your caravan on here. Those who may be interested, Spud's business actually cleans caravans, amongst other things. So if you are on here and you require that, I mean, that's another. Oh, look at them birds! Oh wow! I think they were bathing in that water on the empty plot. That was a bit cute. Okay, so not a massive court, though I have seen people hold parties on here in the centre. Directly across from us, you can see one of the paths that take you up onto the sand dunes and take you to the beach access. That's not an official one, but they do use it as a. It's actually looking very tidy on here today. There's not a lot of rubbish, which I thought there might have been with the wind, even though there's nobody on here. Still thought there might have been a fair bit of rubbish. So right, we're on Sidonia Court. We have got the odd owner down. There will be some, not many. I'd have to double check, but I think currently I don't think you're able to stay here. I think the park is officially shut. It does shut for so many weeks. but the owners have extended time on here. Shops and stuff like that are shut, but they, you know, time in their caravan. But they are allowed to come down to do, you know, work on them and stuff like that. They're just not meant to stay over. Don't know how well regulated that is. Another owner there. We're probably rousing suspicion amongst all the caravan owners. Luckily we're in the van, so we shouldn't be too bad. Have we just gone the wrong way? Or have I just missed that? Oh no, I never realised that. So you've actually got 2 entrances to Snowdonia Court. I actually thought it was one big loop. An empty plot there, it won't stay empty for long. That's an older van. Now I'm wondering whether, because a lot of the parks, they've introduced the 20-year scheme, so basically your van's 20-year-old and off it goes. But I mean, these look old vans, so whether or not they haven't introduced that here. I mean, they're getting the site fees, and the site fees are horribly cheap. But they wouldn't actually need to do that. But they've still got to be up to a certain standard anyway, for like insurance purposes and things. See there on the sign, it's Papa John's, all existing. Seems to have changed much, or at all, to be honest. Some hedging missing there. On to Abersock. Let's have a look down all the. Who has a caravan on here, if you spot it, it puts your mind at rest that all is well. Seems to be very little damage. We've had quite a lot of storms of late. Seems to be very little issue, to be quite honest. The park is prone to flooding, so you see quite a lot of like muddy areas and whatnot, but nothing seems to be too bad today. Train tracks. That's the only thing with these caravans here, and of course they dump the odd caravan in, so I actually can't take the van down here really, because you can't turn around at the bottom. So the only space you can turn around in is the car park where they have dumped a caravan, or it moves off park. So if I'm missing any of the Abersock, which I am because I'm missing the opposite side, I do apologise. If you're thinking of buying a caravan on here, our owners allow us one of their passes. So they get 10, I think. For the friends and family, and it basically gives them discount in the shop, in the bar area, on the activities, and in fact you get golf for free, crazy golf, which they have changed this year, so I'm not going to go right down there because I can't get out. But if we face it there, because even with me trying to show directions and whatnot, you know, this way, that way, it's still a tight move, but I'll still struggle to get the movement out, and it's same that side. It's the same to the left. It is the left, yeah. It's the same to the left. So if I literally, I can't turn the camera. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Thanks, Spud. Let's turn that to a nice angle. Go back. It's the only thing, we've got it mounted on the car mount now, which should hopefully give you a steadier picture. But normally I've got it in my hand and I'm like showing you the direction, if that makes sense. Big pothole there, so I'm trying to avoid. Yeah, there we go. Well done. And I try and do it that way. But I get really bad arm ache and wrist ache, so I figure this way it'd probably give you a better, what's the word, point of view, and a steadier shot. But it just means Spud's got to do a bit more manoeuvring with his driving to get the angles right. So that one's a no entry, so we can't go on that one. We have to come back up the next one. More lodges coming in, hence being half a caravan. One way down here. So we're behind the ranger station, and we're into Bumaris. Again, not a lot going on, but that's to be expected. Most of the park is like locked down now. You know, people have moved. Well, that one's got a lot of belongings outside it, so that one must be getting cleaned out. But it's bedding by the looks of it. But in general, everyone's packed their vans down, so you don't get damp and struggle with things like that for the season, into the season. Others don't, others leave it ready to walk in, but new van there to the right. Hopefully we'll get used to this, because it also means that we're not kind of like, if I'm trying to show you something on the right, I'm not shoving the camera right in Spud's face while he's trying to drive, which isn't ideal. This is an official entrance on the left, passenger side, the official entrance to the dunes. Take a walk up there one day. It does feel weird without all the Chucker Vision cars blocking your way and all the kids on scooters and whatnot flying about. This part does get really busy. Okay, so back on the Bumaris, a couple of empty spots. Spin round. I think you're doing an excellent job at this, Spud. So far, if it plays back the way it looks, you've got it nice and smooth. So we've got the rest of Bumaris on, I always get these mixed up, on my right hand side, and then Conway should be on the left hand side. And again, you've got the train tracks right at the front, so if your caravan or where you're staying is along this front section here, yeah, I've got trains out. It's a Sunday, so you're not going to see many go past, but it's quite a very, it's a, how do you say, heavily used? We're not a city, but you do get the trains going to Chester, so there are regular use. The line's in regular use. Okay, so you can see here, none of these caravans have got some disabled spots, but they don't have, just a seagull, they don't have designated parking spots on these. As on the courts you do. You have your own parking spot. So if you're I mean, these ones aren't too bad because these are just right outside the caravans, but obviously it's 2 rows, so, and some people will come in 2 cars per caravan, because they'll hold like just staggered about, waiting to be picked up. There's quite a few empty spots. I've seen a lot more in the past. We are down here quite often. Through the season, Spud's on here 3-4 times a week. Right, you can't see that from the camera, so yeah, if you just spin round, you should be able to get the park. There we go. So you've got a play area. Surprised there's not more, to be quite honest, right in the centre of Conway. So if you're in the Conway section, just past 129 and 130, these are right next to the park, which is quite handy. Especially if you had one of those ones in the middle, you can keep a right eye on your kids. Substation. That's new this year, I think. I can't remember seeing that last year. They're like electric boxes and stuff. The caravan there to let. Yeah, I've never noticed that. What's this? Parking for Denby Dunes 38. Thank you. So, these do have their own designated parking. Okay, so Denby Dunes area was done up a few years ago. Some of the past, it's the grass. The grass wears away so quickly because of the sand and then the amount of footfall it gets on it. But this was all done up a couple of years ago. Now these look like they've all got their own parking. So if you're on Denby Dunes, yeah, that says it as well. If you're on the Denby Dunes area, you've got designated parking as well. So far, it just looks like it's Abersock, Beaumaris, and Conway, although they have their own parking up there. Right, we'll do this 2 ways. So we've got Edrig, and we've got, we'll just do it like that. There's no need to go right in it, I don't think. Denby Court. Literally, there's only about 5 caravans down there, so there's no point going right down there. Again, they all have parking, but they're private hire. I'm not sure whether I don't think they guarantee through the Haven, but they're generally private hire. Okay, now all these vans, these are regularly hired out. We see families in and out of them constantly. You've got the backdrop of the dunes at the back of them, and I've noticed that Spud had a customer down on the back there, and they've they're all nicking part of the dunes to go into their caravans. Just a bit cheeky, but I don't think anyone's ever said anything, to be quite honest. We've got a mixture of old and newer caravans down here. And this area was done up at the same time as the Denby Dunes, I think. A lot of planting. It's just a shame when they've had the trucks and people are dragging the cars and stuff up and down them. It makes a right mess of the road, the grass, sorry. Right, okay, so we are now, we've come out of Edrig, and this is the outdoor area of the swimming pool. Okay, and the back of the indoor pool. Looks like it could do with a lick of paint, to be honest. And I'm not over keen on that colour. It's very beige. I don't know, I think holiday park should be full colour. I know it's probably trying to blend in with nature or something, but it's a bit boring. Sign there for the main facilities and reception, and the way out. Although the way out isn't through Denby Dune, so it's possibly facing the wrong way. Okay, so we'll clip down here. It's hard making sure we get everything in. Yeah, I don't think we need to do this down every one, maybe just a few of them. What do you reckon? Yeah, because you can get a view of that then. No, for whatever reason, this road here says no entry the opposite way, but the amount of times like Spud's had to slam on because someone's come on the wrong way is ridiculous. It is really ridiculous. And it'll be interesting to see if anyone is staying down here, because one of his customers had what do you call it now? Like an asylum seeker or something in one of the vans. I say asylum seeker. She couldn't speak English, and she was having like food vouchers and stuff like that sent down, and she was living literally in this section here, which I found really odd, because it's like so far away from everything. You know, if it was at the top of the park, maybe, but just to get anywhere, it doesn't really make much sense. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if anyone else is living down here, because apparently she was here for a few weeks and then they moved caravan, didn't take her off the site. Oh, and I thought that caravan there had been bought last time we came down. Must have been emptying it, not, I think it's that one there. I thought they were putting stuff in, not emptying it. Again, a lot of these don't have parking. And they will park outside them on the grass, and as you can see there, it just turfs it up and it makes it look a hell of a mess. I think if they're gonna have parking on there, it needs to, the grass it's just not doable, is it? Have 2 rows of patio slabs or something where the cars can drive on without damaging it. It just looks a mess. Might have a quick walk around the actual complex itself. Right, so you've got the archery, and I can't think what else goes in there. Bike hire, the high jump thing that inflates up. Then you've got a park and some container bars, and I think the other one's like cakes and candy floss or popcorn, and the golf course. I want to see if they've done anything to the other golf course, because they actually have like halved it, and they have chopsticks that have just gone past. Oh, hang on. Yeah, do you want to go backwards a minute? We've just missed one of the courts. I was too busy looking that way. I don't know if I'm making a good co-pilot today, or whether I'm interfering. It's been an excellent driver. So, we are on more courts. These, I always say are new, but they're not. These have been here for quite a few years now. Tend to be bigger caravans and newer. And it looks like we've got the odd twin lodge put on here as well. I mean, there are actually some still older caravans on here, which I was quite surprised at. And at one point, they'd asked that all the new caravans that were coming on were meant to be green. There was like a big rush of surge of like green caravans, or brown. I think it was green and brown, because they were to be for like blending in with trees and that lot, not so obvious from the road. So that green there doesn't seem to be the case now. I know the Haven at one point had a lot of blue caravans. They were quite nice. I like them. And they did them up inside. They were like an old, like exclusive, and they had so hang on, I don't know what's at the end there. Right, we'll look down this section. Yeah, like the blue there, that's blue green I suppose, but yeah, they had a lot of the blue, and they had them done up with I don't know, like the bedding was all like holiday bedding. I don't think we've ever actually come down this far, and I've never noticed the access to that field. So either they are planning on extending, or I don't think it was last year, it might have been the year before, they had like a music party, what do you call a music party? Like a festival type thing on there with a stage and a load of live acts, and it was really good, but we were watching it from afar because we didn't actually know what was going on. This is the only thing with some of these blue vans, and it's the same with the coloured green. You see on the side of that van where it discolours. I mean, it's an older van now, but all the same. Let's see which way we can go around. Don't know whether it's a full circle job here. Yeah, look again. Another big gate onto that field, and the burn stuff there. Really, I don't think we've been this far down. Right, okay. I don't think you can get that far around. So, do you want to go back? That one's for hire. Go back and try the next. Far down, some grouse on there as well. That ground is obviously owned by the Haven, but not sure what they're doing with it. There was at one point they were on about having like a spa, not a spa, as in an SPA spa, and all that lot on there, but that hasn't seemed to materialise, and they were talking about that a good few years ago, so whether or not they didn't get permission for it, or I don't know. Looks, I think they're the vans we were looking down on. It gets a bit confusing, even like we don't tend to do this area, but even, you know, we've been on the park so many years, you still, there you go, see, look, got lost. You still find it really, it's like well, I was going to say a warren, but funnily enough, the path at the end of the Haven that you can walk through to Tulacra, which I can show you on the camera from, I think there's a roundabout, isn't there, or something just before it, so if we go around that roundabout, yeah, you'll be able to show the path. Which way do we come up? It's a good job, you know, flipping out. Yeah, if we show you that path, that path leads onto what is called the Warren, which is basically a part of where the sand dunes used to be a load of like train carriages that were actually homes. There's a lot of people that moved into the area into these train carriages as homes. In fact, Spud's mum used to live in one, like when she was a kid, or stay in one. Yeah, we'll have a good look at that, what's going on with the golf. See chopsticks there, that was a new addition last season. Disabled parking in Mash and Barrel, and we've been told, well, we've been found out that it's Burger King and the owner's beach retreat, which you get a free coffee if you are an owner in there. We didn't find that out until this year. And the chip shop. I forgot what we were on about them. It'll come back. It'll probably come back, or it might not. Okay, and then we have the spa. Oh, now then, there's something going on up there. I thought that had a roof. Because I thought that was a laundrette. Business, I don't know. Right, we'll take a walk around there in a minute. There's the shop anyway. I think it's run by the co-op. Loads of caravans coming off. Absolutely loads of caravans coming off. That's why got all these empty plots. But what it does mean is, for the ones that come off, there'll be plenty going on. So that's the Frith. Because like I say, they never seem to be short of caravan. They never seem to be full of empty caravan plots. There's a lot of parks that are, but these, it seems, is pretty much as soon as they come off, they refill. There's one of the blue ones. Actually adding up to be quite a long. I didn't think we'd get much with us being in the vehicle, but the park's bigger than you think. And I don't know whether you can see there, but up in the distance you can see another caravan park, and I think that one is called Sea View. But that is not residential, what's the word? They don't hire out, I don't think. I think that is it's owned by Whole Seasons, I think, if I can remember correctly. That one's nice. Got a bit of sun in this screen there. It's 15 degrees and it is quarter. Look at that. Wow, I like the look of that one. That is a nice caravan. If you're ever lucky enough to stay in that is nice. We've seen a lot of caravans that I haven't actually seen. Haven't seen that one before. And that's saying something, because Spud deals with a lot of caravans. I'm going to go on the grass there. So, you know, it's not new territory, but yeah, we haven't seen that one before. That looks really nice. Sure, there's no one. I can't see any this side. Yeah. Thank you, fine. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see that when Spud turns round, but there's a sign there that says no swimming and danger under guarded edge. Empty plot there. How am I going to get you to see that? That's actually really nice. Maybe if we spin around? Well, we're going to have to. Oh, right, okay, well, we need to spin around anyway because it is a dead end. We did not realise. Well, I didn't. Also, have a look to see if they've got any caravans on the sales bit, because it'll give us an updated price on there. Can you see that? How nice is that? I've not noticed that before. So I would say we're in the Premier area. We'll see what sort of prices their site fees are, because we went on Having Them All last year. Having Them All, flip me, they've put the prices up somewhat. Not in all, well, no, they put them up everywhere. Everywhere's put them up everywhere. But in like a couple of like the new areas where the lodges are, I'm sure it was like £18,500 for the site fees. It's like, what? That is just a ridiculous amount of money for anything. But right, are we back on the main? Yeah, right. So we're just coming off the meadows. Let these cars pass. Or this one. It's taking its time. See, there's people about. Right, Frith and Penarth Court. Going back years ago, I'm sure this is where the staff accommodation was. They had like apartments, not apartments, like chalets. They weren't apartments. There's another access there for the beach as well. We rarely come. I can't even speak today. We rarely come this way. again, it's a lot of owners down here, and I don't think these tend to rent out the same as on some of the other courts. Well, it said no through road, and they were right. Spend more of this video reversing, trying to get out the blazes. Let us know as well what you think of these driving vlogs. We want to start doing a couple more, because the issue is when you're doing or trying to keep up with these vlogs regularly, you're knackered, absolutely shattered, and it gets really tiring, and so it does help to be able to change tact a bit. If we could, like when we got the bus to Rill, that was different. So we've never took the public transport for years, to be quite honest, but it was different to be able to do something a bit different rather than just be on foot when we're struggling a bit. Right, okay, so you can't get out here again. This is possibly why we don't come down here so often. I mean, you can see there's quite a lot of pathways, because the shop is literally just there. So if you were in one of these caravans, so this is Penarth Court, it literally backs onto paths that back onto the shop, so that could be quite handy. And you're really close to the entertainment. Just see the high ropes, I think there. So close to the entertainment, but I can't imagine that it's going to be rowdy where you're going to be hearing too much. There's a couple there that want a bloody good wash. I'll have to drop your business card in, Spud. Get out of here. It's a good job someone's got a good memory, because I think I would be lost. In fact, I know I'd be lost. That sun's really quite low now. It's staying light till later now though. Right, so we've got Bryn View here. Again, there's not many caravans on here, but that's a couple of empty plots. But you also get designated parking on Bryn View. It's not necessarily outside your caravan, but you have got your own spot for one car, and then there's some disabled spots as well. I don't know how well monitored these disabled areas are, but it's flat here as well, which I suppose if you are disabled, it's great because you're super close to the complex, and the ground is flat. In fact, the Haven, to be honest, is flat. There's not actually, considering where we are, I mean, we live where there's hills, there's steepness and whatnot, but yeah, the Haven remains flat. Whether or not that's some of the issues with the flooding, I don't know. But it isn't a hard slog to get round. That's Conway Court. This used to be one of the premier courts. It's one of the first courts. It's one of the older courts, along with the first two at the top. And I think I forgot to mention the pub at the top, because there's tourers that'll go up there as well right at the beginning. I'll have to mention it on the way out. But the pub hasn't been open for years. I think they're just using it for storage now, which is a bit of a shame. But a lot of the people go on to what, near the Green Acres caravan park. Not the Haven, Green Acres, just Green Acres caravan park. It's another park altogether, which is just down the road from this one. They have two pubs that are just sort of off-site, which welcome everybody. And I know a lot of people go there because even with the Mash and Barrel being here, the other pub is a lot cheaper. Did I mention Wetherspoons? It's not here yet, but they are looking at, well, they are putting a Wetherspoons on at least one of the caravan parks, one of the Haven caravan parks, which flipping out, I doubt the prices are going to be current Wetherspoon prices, but if they were anywhere near them, I mean, because I think last time we bought a drink, I think now, yeah, I wouldn't like to say because I'm going to get myself mixed up, but they're not. You can't come for a cheap pint, even with your owner's discount. It's still expensive. I suppose it stops people being quite so rowdy, but right. So I don't know. I know we've passed a few of these plots, but you can't actually drive to the back of them. So can you see in the distance the little red top and white coming over the top there? There, see that Gronant Dunes, and Talacra Warren. The little red, I'm not even sure you can see it on there. Basically, the lighthouse and Talacra are down there. Talacra is its own little village, has arcades, has like coffee shops, chip shops, stuff like that, and it's a nice walk. And you can go over the sand dunes to the lighthouse, providing you don't mind getting sand in your shoes. It's a lovely walk. Right, we'll click down this one, I think. Yeah, down this one. We don't need to do them all because the rest of them are pretty much the same. So again, the Bryn Views. So this is an extension of the Bryn View from the top. These have all got their own spaces. They're just not necessarily like when you go onto the courts. They're not necessarily smack bang outside your caravan, but it does mean that you have always got a spot, which you always get a spot. On the other areas, it's just you could have a bit of a trek. It is a bit of a dilemma sometimes. But I mean, the thing is, they're trying to maximise space, aren't they? If you put a plot outside every single caravan, they're not going to be able to fit a plot. Start that again. If you put a parking space out of every single caravan, you are not going to get as many caravans plots to the space as currently they've got. So, and it is all about making money at the end of the day. That's literally what they're here for. Right, so I think if we park, if you park where the shop is, and we'll have a wander around that bit where the entertainment area and whatnot is. And then if I remember, driving out, show you the pub and the tour area. Well, we will go past it, it's just whether or not I remember to say it. You might have to give me a nudge and I'll still probably forget. Right, so this is now probably where we get a bit of interference in the mic because it's quite windy, as always. And we'll have a look what's changing, if anything. Yeah, it was a co-op. So yeah, so you've got the shop. It's obviously closed. A minute through the peak season, it's open daily from 8 AM. I think that did have fencing, but I think obviously with the wind it's gone down because you don't normally see there. And in this section, the arcades there. I think the arcades used to be in here. Yeah, it's part of the shop now. There was definitely more arcades down here. High ropes, and that now at the back there, that is the only staff accommodation, official accommodation left. So you can see they're repainting the ranger station. We have got basketball in the background. Start of the aerial adventure. Oh! You can see loads of paths running up to the dunes. Oh, we're gonna get it. I knew this wind. And it doesn't matter which way we go, because the microphone's gonna get it both ways, I think. Right, so we've got the go-karts that are open daily, weather. I remember how to take. There we go. I can hear people, so there are people here. Quite a few cars as it goes. So as you go, you can see another path up there to the dunes. The beach access. Actually, the caravan sales are open. See, I forget that. So perhaps the park isn't officially shut because there's still quite a lot of cars about. May as well have a look in here. If it's open. It's a little bar. Seems rude not to. No site fees till 2030. I'm sure they're in the price, but let's have a look. So we have a little starter van for 40 grand. Site fees are 5,640 being the minimum, going up to 10,080 depending on the location. Then your running costs, your water rates are 444.95 and your insurance is 335.50. Doesn't mention, or I can't see it. Oh, there we go. Cost of gas and electric will depend on usage, but average is £400 a year. And then you've got your drain down fee and alarm fee. There's quite a few fees, but when you're looking at having a more prices, it is definitely cheaper to stay here. Having a more does have more on it. I've got to say, I'm a big Having a More fan. But yeah, some people are just getting priced out. Never noticed that. They've got no mattresses on them. I've never seen that before. Someone's broke the bed in there. Maybe it's to stop people having a doze. I don't know. Never noticed that before. So got the sales area for the owners there. Chopsticks. We actually tried there last year. I'll do a review of that this year. We'll do a review of it. They do vegan options as well, which was great. I mean, they didn't actually have my vegan option in as a meal, so they made me a meal by chucking loads of extra bits in, which was great. And I wasn't complaining because it was really super tasty. So this is a mash and barrel. Now, has it got its signs up? Because it would be interesting to find out, where are the signs for the mash and barrel? Because it did have them. I'm wondering. Oh no, let's say we're hoping this does become a Wetherspoons, because that would be amazing. Yeah, now these normally do have signs for the mash and barrel. They've still got some of their old signage up for the offers that was on, but definitely is no sign for the mash and barrel. So it makes you think, right, so they haven't actually done anything with the old part of the golf course, which is a shame, because I thought they were going to do both sides. Spud thought they might make like an adult one. Well, I know it's a crazy golf, but family one and then a harder one this side. Whether or not they will is yet to be seen, but they haven't done anything so far. A big deck chair there. Holiday homes for $549 a month. that say? Site fees and finance, right, okay. So, this is the other part that they've put on. And the new golf course, which we have actually added to one of our vlogs a while back. Got that on. Yeah, there's not actually been a lot of change this year. But outside of the pool and complex, see, I can't remember them being that colour. And I hope that isn't the new change, because if that has just been painted, that is bloody horrible. But maybe, don't know, maybe we just, don't know, just didn't notice it. So yeah, so you've got the creative studio, climbing wall, sports hall, indoor play area, swimming pool with the outdoor bit, the sports range. And the parks, I mean, these parks look a bit more impressive than the other ones, but they invest in something every single year. Or they seem to invest in something every single year. What's that? Holiday homes that are £10,000 cheaper than anywhere else. On average. I actually find that a bit hard to believe. Because, unless maybe we should see the price of these caravans. I can remember one of the owners a few years ago told us that their caravan was £50,000, and it nearly choked us because we know damn well that caravan's not worth £50,000. But you are paying extra for where you are. I know you pay extra in the site fees, but you're paying extra for where you are as well. If that makes sense. So you're paying in your site fees, and then you're paying in your fee fees. Fee? Sounds like a dog. Right. If we go back on ourselves, feel free to fast forward through anything. I mean, provided you don't. The more view time we get, the better. Yeah, I'd say, that is getting painted. Look, 'cause that grey looks like it needs another coat. Oh no! That's why the signage is down then, because it's getting painted. A really horrible colour. I'll have to go back on the previous vlogs and see what colour it was. I don't like that. Unless that's would that be the backing coat? That cream? I really don't like magnolia. Ugh. And the birds will just poop all over that. So yeah, so that's why the signage is down, because it's getting painted. But oh look, R&J decking. Never noticed that. Strange what you notice. So obviously we can't go inside today because it's shut. You are at the back of Burger King, back of the complex. Bits and bobs going on there. And in the owner's beach retreat, you've got a pool table, a dartboard, a bar, coffee machine. Must be able to see through there. Please have your privilege cards available for inspection. Is that now? That won't be now. No. Closed on Sunday, November. Doesn't actually say when it reopens, but I don't know whether you can see in there. Wood chip shop. Right. Back to the car. Right, so that's it. We've been right through the park. e-bikes and electric scooters allowed. So obviously it wasn't just us that had a problem with them literally there's been a few that have like literally just got cut straight in front of your vehicles. They're not rode with sense, so yeah, it's probably a good thing. So yes, that's something I'd not noticed on the way in. But yeah, there's been, to be quite honest, there's been very little change other than that horrible colour on the side of the buildings, which I'm going to double check on the other vlogs, because I'm hoping, like I say, I hope that's not the colour. That's, well, not our preference. Ugh. But everywhere seems nice and tidy. There seems to be no damage made with the storms, bar that fencing round their own area, which I'm sure will be repaired by the time the park opens. Yeah. I hope those who have bought caravans here are looking forward to getting back in and enjoying the season. I hope they have a good season. And those who have booked holidays down here have the same, basically enjoy yourselves. We can't show you the entertainment area and we can't show you inside the Mash and Barrel. They are on another vlog. We are going to do some food vlogs down here, because I know there was some comments made on the Haven forum page. I can't think whether it was down here, but it was just on some of the havens in general, that the food hasn't been so good. Now when we've been sat in here, the carvery, that looked absolutely fine. There were some deals on some of the meals. The only I don't know how to say it, so let me just see if I can reword it. The Mash and Barrel is dog friendly, as is a lot of food places at the moment. I do not have a problem with this. A lot of people do buy caravans and have caravans because they have dogs. They don't like going abroad because they've got nowhere to put them, this, that and the other. Right, absolutely fine. But I do think they need to have dog designated areas within the restaurants, because not everybody is comfortable with dogs. Not speaking about myself, I have them all sat next to me while I'm eating. In fact, they can eat off my plate. Well, no, they wouldn't be doing that, but you know what I mean. I've got no problem with them whatsoever. But there are people who are allergic. It does happen. But you aren't comfortable with it, and then you can smell them, and it is not necessarily a smell that goes well when you're eating. Excuse me, that was my nose. And because the carpeted areas and there's material furniture, the smell stays in the area. But it isn't just on the Haven. This is like some Toby carveries and harvesters and things like that. I'm saying harvesters, don't quote me on that one, but I'm sure it was a Toby carvery we went to, or was it a harvester? I don't know. It was a carvery place we went to, and you could smell it as soon as you walked in. And that it means, really, if they're going to have dog designated areas, that what they also need to do is ramp up the cleaning, because really they get hoovered probably once, twice a day, and it's just not enough when you've got animals. I mean, I don't think it's enough anyway, to be quite honest. There's nothing wrong with having a Dyson stick hoover or any other stick hoover, but I'm saying Dyson because we've got one and it's bloody marvellous. You don't have to worry about anyone tripping over any cables. That's Green Acres. And I did forget to mention the pub. Anyway, they could do with doing that. I think they could definitely do with having flipping heck. I don't know what I'm saying. They could do with ramping up the cleaning, just so you don't get that smell, or having a dog designated area within the restaurant that has maybe got vinyl flooring that can be mopped regularly, but it still would have to be mopped regularly, and areas wiped down. The chairs wouldn't be material, they would be vinyl, just to stop any issue like that, because it is really off-putting, and it's unfortunate because the idea of being able to take your dog wherever you go, I think is a really, really good idea. It's good for the dog, it's good for the family, it's good for everybody. But not if it comes at the oh god, obviously my head's not working now. It's been ticking for over an hour, so let's try and think of some words. No, it has definitely gone. Anyway, they need to ramp up the cleaning, not because it's dirty, it's more necessarily because of the smell. And that's basically it. Right, okay, so we are back out of the haven. It's started to go dark. We are going to do some local vlogs, some more caravan park vlogs, and then we are off to Benidorm for a few days. So it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. We've also got to upload our Amsterdam trip, though it doesn't seem like you're all that impressed with that one, so we'll see how that one goes. Okay, thanks very much, bye.